Investing in human capital development. Government pumps billions to fund education programs. And training of farmers helps build resilience and increase production. These are strategies being employed to strengthen the platform of productivity. Hello and welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Today's show has a lot in store for you, including this message.
Good day, I'm Andrea Chisholm and this is your JIS News for Thursday, April 28. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says government's newly formed Economic Growth Council will help to create the architecture of growth. He was speaking at Wednesday's launch of the group.
It is not another layer of bureaucracy. It is meant to simplify, clarify, and expedite economic growth policy.
The council is charged with building local and international support for Jamaica's growth agenda and securing large investments. Council Chairman Michael Leachin has committed to increasing GDP growth.
So as chairman of the ECG, I pledge that the ECG will work tirelessly and passionately to achieve a GDP growth rate of 5% over the next 4 years of our term, which is 10 times more than what we have seen over the last 20 years, which is 25 times more than we have seen over the last 10 years.
The Economic Growth Council will comprise no more than 12 members, both from the private and public sectors, and will make quarterly reports on its progress. Other members will be named in the coming weeks. In the meantime, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is insisting that Jamaica needs more risk takers to turn available assets into viable business ventures. He was speaking at last Friday's groundbreaking ceremony for the BioPrist Knowledge Parks in Montego Bay.
Invest, take more risks on Jamaica.
Pointing out that the BioPrist Knowledge Parks benefited from government support through entities such as JAMPRO and the DBJ, Prime Minister Holness said those willing to take the risk could be assured of government support.
Indeed, taking risks is not just the purview of the entrepreneur, but the political directorate must also see the value and the opportunities that exist in the country and create the regulatory and legislative framework to turn those risks into profitable realities.
3 BioPrist Knowledge Parks offering over 200,000 square feet of BPO ICT office spaces are being built in Montego Bay, Lucy and Sandy Bay. They are being developed by foreign direct investment from the United States and a consortium of Jamaican pharmaceutical companies. Government has moved speedily to clear blocked roads and assess damage caused by heavy rains and flooding in Portland over the weekend. Minister of State with responsibility for works in the Office of the Prime Minister, Everald Warmington, toured affected areas on Tuesday. He disclosed that over $20 million in emergency work had been carried out, while the preliminary estimate for infrastructure repair was $43 million.
It is still being done. We're looking at this stage a bill of maybe $64 million. That's just preliminary. So we're waiting now to have the final stuff done and we can meet as a department and the ministry to work on it and see where we can get from the Minister of Finance.
The National Works Agency has so far cleared 16 road corridors that were blocked, while the final road from Bowden to Millbank is posing some challenges due to landslides and siltation.
Our first order of business has been to try and get access to the many areas that were impassable initially. Thereafter, we went about cleaning some drains because we do know that more rain will come. And so we really want to mitigate the incidents or the likely incidents of flooding in these areas.
Minor water supply systems are to be established in 4 parishes. This will be done under a pilot project being undertaken by the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. Portfolio Minister Desmond McKenzie made the disclosure during a recent meeting with World Bank Country Manager for Jamaica, Galina Sotirova. The project is expected to begin by June and last for over 4 months in several communities in St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon and St. Andrew. The pilot entails construction of mini water posts with at least 6 1,000-gallon water tanks at each location. These should reduce the need for regular trucking of water to the communities.
We believe that minor water supply plays a very important role in the whole trust for the growth agenda. And many small farmers, especially in many rural sections of Jamaica, is affected by lack of proper water supply.
Minister McKenzie told Mrs. Sotirova that the project's proposal would be submitted to the World Bank for funding consideration. Government will be carrying out a feasibility study of the Hermitage Dam this fiscal year. The Hermitage Dam rehabilitation study is to get underway this month with $38.7 million in funding from the Caribbean Development Bank. It will determine the structural integrity of the dam and the practicality of undertaking desilting works. So far, 6 firms have been shortlisted to carry out the feasibility study. It's a project of the National Water Commission and should be completed by March 2017. And finally, State Minister for Education, Youth and Information Floyd Green has offered condolences to the families of the 3-year-old child who was killed in St. James and the Wolmer's Boy student who allegedly committed suicide. He has also called on all Jamaicans to care for and protect all our children.
Any loss of life for a child is very painful for the entire Child Services Division. And Child Month is upon us. Parents have to recognize that they have a primary responsibility for our children. But ultimately, we all have a role to play.
Minister Green and the team from the Child Development Agency and the Office of the Children's Registry were at a JIS think tank on Wednesday. Head of the CDA, Rosalie Gage-Gray, said a team from her agency had met with the family of the 3-year-old.
The CDA has first responders, which are our investigators or other social workers in the field. They have visited the family. They are working with the police, and so we are providing support to the family.
And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Andrea Chisholm. Thank you for watching.
We have a subculture that supports those who do not inform, an anti-informer culture that pervades our entire society that we must break down.
The estimates of expenditures for the 2016-2017 financial year was tabled on April 14, and we have been looking at the allocations to the different ministries and the projects that will be started or continued. We now feature the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information.
The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information has one of the biggest budgets for this fiscal year, $90.5 billion alone for housekeeping expenses. Government also set aside $1.23 billion for capital projects and will be receiving $1.39 billion from our multilateral and bilateral partners. The ministry will be using the combined allocation of approximately $93 billion to execute programs in support of further developing our education system, creating greater opportunities for youth, and ensuring the dissemination and preservation of public information. Much of the ministry's budget will go towards taking care of regular education expenses, including the smooth delivery of services at the various levels of the education system. Meanwhile, $1.1 billion has been set aside for special education as the government continues to attend to the needs of our special needs students. The ministry also continues to give priority to the nutrition of our students, with $3.4 billion allocated to the school feeding program. It will ensure that each student gets at least 1 meal per day, in addition to the regular snacks from Nutrition Products Limited. Projects to increase infant school spaces and additional classrooms at the secondary level, as well as a solar project to reduce electricity bills in schools, are among the capital projects being financed from the Consolidation Fund this year. Money from Jamaica's multilateral and bilateral partners will fund other development projects, including the University of Technology Enhancement Project, which is getting $626 million from the Caribbean Development Bank. The International Bank for Reconstruction and Development and the Inter-American Development Bank, meanwhile, are providing $517 million for the Education System Transformation Program. With the youth portfolio now joined again with the Education Ministry, adequate allocation has been put forward to ensure our young people achieve their potential. Included in the budget is $475 million for youth training opportunities. $141 million will also be given to youth development, which includes revamping the youth information centers and providing grants to youth organizations. And as our leaders ensure the protection and safeguarding of our children, $97 million has been allocated to family services or children's services to cover things like the Ananda Alert Missing Children intervention. Meanwhile, a separate $2.1 billion has been given to the Child Development Agency to take care of the needs of children in state care. On the information side of things, the Jamaica Archives and Records Department and the Government Records Center will receive $110 million for the preservation of official and other permanent records. $214 million has also been allocated for information on the public sector, including the operating expenses of the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica.
It's been 11 months.
7 years. 12 years.
Since I became the most important person in the world.
It's a big responsibility to know that her future is in our hands.
I have to tell him and show him that he is my number one. I want to prepare them for life's journey. So as them grow, them know the difference between right and wrong.
I gotta make sure that I keep him out of bad company. Because if I don't raise him right, the streets are gonna raise him. I fail, she fail.
If me stumble, him fall. Knowing I'm responsible for their future and they're responsible for Jamaica's future.
So I won't give up or allow her to quit. I'm gonna make sure I'm safe on the straight and narrow.
Me prefer to tell them no now than watch them regret it later.
Because to the world, I'm just another person. But to my child, I'm the whole wide world.
A new government has been formed. Hear their plans as each minister shares their vision. Watch Issues and Answers this and every Sunday on this station to hear members of the cabinet talk about their portfolios and projections. That's Issues and Answers this and every Sunday for your one-on-one time with the ministers.
We are still in Farmers Month, and over the years, the Agriculture Ministry has been working with various agencies to build the sector's resistance to the beet armyworm. Through training, farmers are now better able to manage their fields.
Empowering farmers through training so they can take decisive action and become part of the solution process to issues affecting agriculture. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries has been working towards this objective through strategic partnerships. And the results? Growing success in critical areas, such as the crucial fight against the dreaded beet armyworm. Periodic outbreaks of the beet armyworm have hurt St. Elizabeth farmers since the 1990s. In 2009, a dreadful attack ravaged acres of crops in South St. Elizabeth. And when it was all over in 2011, the livelihood of many farmers had been destroyed.
I have to go through the whole field, like how you see this field, go through it and cut off everything, everything, and destroy it. Because if you don't destroy, what gonna happen is like when you cover the beet armyworm, they stay under there and then they turn into mud. The mud them come back, fly out, and then they come back reinfest.
More active in warm climate, the beet armyworm feeds on the leaves and can strip the plants. They also attack buds and new growth on plants, which prevent flowers from opening, new leaves from sprouting, and vegetables from developing. The most recent outbreak in 2012 resulted in the destruction of some 45 hectares of crops, including scallion, pepper, and onion, valued at approximately $31 million. So the ministry took action in October 2012, launching the Strengthening a National Beet Armyworm Program. With funding from the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, to the tune of $213,000, farmers in St. Elizabeth were taught how to better manage the pest.
The training was very important because we learned things that we never have any idea what was going on. I think I prepare enough. I have much understanding what to do and what to look for.
The training was carried out by the Jamaica Rural Economy and Ecosystems Adapting to Climate Change JAREACH project. It was done under the Farmer Field School with technical assistance from the United States Agency for International Development. In August 2013, 22 farmers and 8 extension officers of the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, graduated as certified integrated pest management facilitators. They, along with other trained colleagues, will now go on to train over 150 farmers across Jamaica.
Their role is to actually go and establish new schools or other schools within the various communities that they are from.
You have some farmer who go in this field and then just weed out the bush here. Just weed the bush here and them leave and them gone. Them not really find 2 leaf and pick them and crush them, destroy it. Them leave it. That is not the way, because if you leave them there, they're gonna manifest themselves.
This knowledge base is equipping farmers with the skills needed to manage their own field and, in the long run, become experts in the fight against the beet armyworm and other threats.
It feels good and it's very important. You know, as a farmer, like a small farmer, and then you learn a lot of things. You feel good to know that you learn something so you can teach back somebody what you learn.
Trained RADA facilitators will also mentor these farmers and guide them in their new role as local community agents of change.
Our mandate of such is to actually monitor and assist these farmers in enabling to deliver the information in a way that it is acceptable and true to the Farmer Field School methodology.
The work that you all did and the learning by doing approach, I think, and I have found, is the best way that you can take a methodology that's evolved and designed in a lab or in a classroom, but until it's in the field, as we just heard, until it's actually conveyed to the farmers, it will do no good and it will change no harvest practices.
With increased production in agri-parks across the island, finding a present and lasting solution to the beet armyworm is even more important to sustaining growth in the sector.
We are preparing our minds in the agricultural sector for change.
It's a great feeling to be a part of the solution that the ministry has embarked on to actually assist the farmers in controlling or managing the beet armyworm.
The Ministry of Agriculture, building resilient farmers to grow the sector with knowledge and skill, sharing information and managing pest invasions, protecting their livelihood and securing the growth of a nation. nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Original.
Up next, the Urban Development Corporation has been improving recreational locations it manages to enhance the customer experience. One location is the famous and world-renowned Duns River Falls and Park. The facility is being upgraded to include a central garden with water activities.
The Urban Development Corporation, in association with the Jamaica Information Service, presents Urban Scope.
Duns River Falls and Park is one of Jamaica's national treasures, welcoming hundreds of patrons daily to an unforgettable experience. From climbing the falls and relaxing on the beach to enjoying the serenity of the garden, one visit will definitely lead to another. And the offerings are expanding. A central garden has been established with new water features to cater to the entire family. The Urban Development Corporation, UDC, has overall responsibility for the property and in September of 2015 provided funding to the tune of over $114.5 million from its treasury to start the project. Over 6 months, the site took on different phases as the project got underway. We caught up with manager of Duns River Falls and Park, Joma Peterson, and UDC's architect, Leighton White, on site prior to completion.
Duns River is a premier attraction for Jamaica, and as such we're always looking to improve it. So for years we have always had the Jamaicans come, we do water, we do the falls, we run up and down on the beach, but we need to offer more. We need to make this a completely inclusive attraction.
The Central Gardens is designed as a rustic Jamaican feel with timber buildings that have a vernacular reminiscent of old Jamaican architecture. And the finishes that you see around you are all natural in color and tone. And it's all supposed to give you a feeling of relaxation and enjoyment while you're here and feel that you're a part of Jamaica and the brand that we represent here.
The 12 shops in the Central Garden will cater to a variety of products, including some of Jamaica's finest foods and craft items.
We'll have things to attract children, and basically once you come in here, you're going to stay the entire day.
Especially when the water features are installed, a first for Duns River.
Within a month or two, we'll have the water slide and the water features up and about. So we'll make sure that we catch all the children for summer. Every Jamaican must come.
We should have a splash pad area which will have water shooting up all over the place, and also a water slide that will swirl around and end in that splash pad. Brand new offering for this area, and we believe that it is fundamental to where the market is now going in terms of entertainment for children. We'll be having more interaction here in Duns River. For persons who are not able to go on the falls, this is where they would have their fun time here at Duns River. The children and the older folk and the whole family is expected to enjoy the facilities.
The UDC continues to improve the customer experience at the world-famous Duns River Falls and Park. In recent times, a new electronic ticketing system was established. This allows persons to purchase tickets ahead of arrival and facilitates compliance with the existing single-entry operation with re-entry only in cases of emergency. With these recent upgrades, the facility once again got international recognition
For excellence in hospitality, it was awarded a TripAdvisor Certificate of Excellence in May 2015. Prior to that, the facility was named most popular and exciting attraction by cruise officials during 2004 and leading Caribbean tourist excursion by the World Travel Awards in November 2009 and 2010. And no doubt, more recognition is expected with the new Central Garden now bringing a whole new family experience to the property.
We're an evolving park and we're ensuring that we always will keep you.
The Urban Development Corporation, making development happen in Jamaica's attraction sector. To learn more about the work of the Urban Development Corporation, call 656-8031 or visit their website at www.udcja.com. You may also follow them on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, or visit their information center on the ground floor, Kingston Mall, downtown Kingston.
Urban Scope was brought to you by the Urban Development Corporation in association with the Jamaica Information Service.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash no paper, no dash no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your
Keep
eat.
we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica.
This is where we say so long for today, but please join us again tomorrow for another program. You can also stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. Remember to send your feedback via email, jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm, or a tweet at JIS News. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.